Happy Wednesday and welcome, welcome, welcome. I am so sorry. Guys, I was trying on these glasses. That's what all the talk was about, these glasses. And these glasses are supposed to be for at night when I'm driving so I can see the road signs if I need to. Like, it's not blurry, but it's not perfectly clear. But up close it's kind of foggy. So like I'm looking at myself and it's not that clear. I see Nadia's name, and then when I take it off, and Nadia's kind of blurry, and now I see V Lily. Now I see V Lily really clear. I said these glasses remind me of like a librarian, right? I feel like a librarian. So so maybe they'll come in handy as we're going through our hot topics here. So tonight we're going to be talking about hot topics. Lakeisha is here. Oh, Delilah. He said, she said, hey, is it me or is it no sound? It was no sound. Hey, Linda. Oh my goodness, Linda, I gotta connect with you. Whenever I get a booth, I gotta connect with you so you can give me some advice. But on Friday, I know I was kind of teasing this on Twan's live the other night, but seriously, on Friday something happened. And I want to kind of get your advice, so we'll talk about it. Oh, Delilah, my sweet friend, that's so cool. Hey, Mel, how are you? Well, tonight I wanted to talk about, I really should have left this in 2024, but I didn't get to address it. There was so much going on um, at the end of the year, just with the hustle and bustle of the holidays. And so I kind of wanted to talk about some hot topics just as it relates to GLP-1s. So I'm going to get right to it. Do you guys have anything that, you want to say before we get started here? You guys are so sweet. Kim J, Antonio Beth, hello. Kim J, hi DD. I tried to call you, but the phone was going straight to voicemail. I don't know why my phone is going straight to voicemail. I don't know. Let me see. I don't think I saw that. Let's see. Yeah. Oh, a couple people called me. Okay, yeah. I'm sorry. I had the it on mute. Is that why you were trying to call? Just me, 22. Hello. All right. So Kim is saying, hey ladies. Kim, we probably were calling. Yeah, you were probably all calling at the same time. Yeah, you, Taisha, and Kim. Sorry. Yeah, help me out, because sometimes I put this mute on and then I forget to take it off. So yeah, what are you gonna do? So I wanted to talk about, when I'm on social media, I'm scrolling. Are you guys scrolling, looking for, sometimes I'm looking for certain things and sometimes I'm looking for videos. I don't always get notifications, right, about all that's going on. I'm gonna put these on. I can put these on the top of my head. I don't always get notification on all that's going on in GLP-1 land or just period, right? I'm looking for other things besides just, GLP-1 stuff. So as I'm scrolling, I see like a lot of natural weight loss, natural this, natural that, natural weight loss, natural this, natural that. And so, and I don't know that I noticed that before GLP-1s were a thing. Did you guys notice like people would call their weight loss natural before GLP-1 became a thing, which is probably for me in the last year and a half. Now I know some people have been on these GLP-1 medications, which is why I wanted to start my interviews, right? Just so you know, I started doing interviews because my friends and family were asking me like, what is going to happen to you in 2 years or 3 years down the road? You don't know what these medications are going to do to your body. You don't know what's going to happen. And so I thought to myself, I'm going to find some people out there in YouTube land that have been documenting their journey for years and years and that have been using the GLP-1 medications. So that's why I started interviewing. That's what made me interview. And really, that's my motivation for doing anything. If I have a curious thought, I'm going to figure it out. And if it hasn't been done, I'm going to do it. At least I'm going to try. And so I thought, let me research. So I came across the Patrice Denise, whom I just love, Mindy Peterson. I don't know if you guys remember her, but she was the first person I interviewed. And reached out to her because she had been on a GLP-1 for like 3 years, I think it was. I think this is her third year. And so, of course, I wanted to talk to her. And then I also wanted to be able to show people, she's healthy, she's fine, she's still breathing, and she's been taking a GLP-1. And she's actually I think she's taken 2 or 3 of them over time, or maybe she just went back and forth between Wegovy and Mounjaro. But so and semaglutide, and I think she took something else. I can't remember off the top of my head. But so was a perfect person for me to talk to. And so because she has a bigger channel, I was so shocked and impressed. And it made me like her even more because she's, still interviewed with me, even though at that time I probably had maybe 200 subscribers, and she still, talked to me. And so I just, I love her for that. I think that is so cool. But that's one of the reasons why I started interviewing. And so, and I also love a good biography. Like I like to know, how successful people became successful. And so I love reading biographies. So that naturally led me into the interviewing. So, so I'm scrolling and scrolling, and I don't remember years ago seeing on YouTube or anywhere else where the word natural weight loss came into play. And so I'm seeing a lot of it on social media. And I don't want to say it agitated me, but I just thought, let me dig into this and see a little bit more why people are pointing out the natural the way they are. Well, then I ran across the video, and I won't say, who this lady is. Maybe she'll come on my channel and talk about it. Maybe her and I could have a convo. But I went in her channel, watched her video, and one of the things I want to say she was in her kitchen. And she's a pretty big channel, and she was in her kitchen, and she was like in a sports bra and shorts, and I could be wrong about that. Like, don't hold me to that, but she had that going on, and she had grabbed her stomach, and her stomach had a lot of hanging skin, and she was talking about how she basically lost weight naturally, and she and so, which is great, right? Which is great because I've lost weight naturally before too. And then she started to talk about the GLP-1 and kind of putting down the fact that, people are losing on these GLP-1s. And a lot of the things she was saying were just like kind of stereotypes you hear from the news. It really wasn't facts. And this wasn't a live video. This was a recording. So, I was in the comments, and I thought, I'm going to make a comment, but I don't like when people make comments that aren't nice. And I didn't really have like the nicest comment. So I kept it to myself. So what I did was I'm, reading, how you go on someone's page or their video and you see the other comments. So I'm reading the other comments, and I connected with this one lady who said she had been taking Mounjaro, and she said what I wanted to say in the nicest possible way. So I said to her, I'm also taking Mounjaro, and, it is work. It's not like, super easy. So actually she is subscribed to my channel and comments on my videos pretty often. And so, and that lady and I made a connection, but I just thought, why are we putting other people down just because we don't agree with it? And so I find people do that a lot, right? If you don't make a connection with them on something, instead of them saying, okay, that's their opinion, let them have it, we agree to disagree, you kind of have to put it down. So I always say, like, there are some guys who don't like to date plus size women, and I have some guy friends who would say that, and that's great. If that's their preference, right? They don't like this or that. But I do have a problem when you start putting down plus size women, right? And it would be vice versa, right? If it were me, I would feel the same way. If I were saying, I only date a certain type of guy, and that's cool because I have my preference, but then I'm putting down all these other guys. So that just, I just don't like that. So that just kind of made me, think. And then I'm seeing it more and more and more. And that just made me want to compare the two. So I want to, just talk about some of the things that I found. And when I want you guys to look at this chart with me as well, because there's something that stands out that has kind of perpetuated the stereotype about GLP-1s. So when they say natural weight loss, this is the approach to losing weight. Natural weight loss versus your GLP-1 weight loss. So the natural weight loss, they say, now this is, when I say they, this is like research based, lifestyle. If you lost weight naturally, you change your lifestyle, and you incorporate diet and exercise. Meanwhile, they say on the GLP-1, the approach is medically assisted. And then on the natural weight loss, they say it's gradual and it varies by the individual. On the GLP-1, they say it's rapid and more predictable. And then on the natural weight loss, they say it's long term. They say you can have some habit changes. On the GLP-1, I'm going to make this a little bit bigger. On the GLP-1, they say it's dependent on continued use or maintenance. On the natural weight loss side, they say, it's broad, it's your physical and mental health, all of that. And then on the GLP-1 weight loss side, they say it's specific to weight and metabolic health. And then they say, as far as the natural weight loss, it says minimal injuries, exercise possible. So, basically, you choose to exercise but they don't say anything about exercise on the GLP-1 side, the medication related side effects. So what stands out to you? Because there are a couple things that stand out to me when I look at this chart. And this is why people assume that when you're taking a GLP-1, you're just taking the medication and that's it. Can you guys tell me in the chat, what do you notice that they're missing on the GLP-1 side? Because I'm sure all of us have gone through a natural weight loss. Anybody in the chat that has not gone through a natural weight loss, and this was your first attempt at weight loss with the GLP-1, you might not have a perspective. But most people have already lost weight in other ways and just have not been able to keep it off. And so what stood out to you? Delilah says, I used to work for a medically supervised weight loss clinic. We implemented all of that. We work for our loss, period. Yes, and that's one of the things. If you look when they first talk about natural weight loss, they talk about lifestyle, diet, and exercise. That is not mentioned in the GLP-1 weight loss. It's not mentioned at all. And that's a problem. That's a problem. That's why people are assuming, and this came from a medical journal. And it just upset me because I'm thinking, no, we promote, especially anybody I'm watching who make videos and talk about their GLP-1 experience. We're promoting lifestyle changes. We're promoting diet. We're promoting exercise. We're promoting strength training. We're promoting just lifestyle changes, mental and physical health overall. And you could see that's not mentioned here. That's not mentioned here. And then they talk about when you lose weight naturally, you gradually, lose weight over time. And then they say the GLP-1 weight loss is rapid. So that's another stereotype to me. Now, I do know that some people lose weight super fast and, those pounds come off. But I think that's true of any weight loss journey at the beginning. The weight comes off so fast. And I think that's because our metabolisms and our bodies are so jacked up to begin with. I'm going to put these on. Oh, maybe not. But I think our bodies are so jacked up to begin with that weight probably starts coming off right away. And then just like anything else, your body gets used to it. It gets used to things. And then it gets used to the way you're eating. It gets used to your calories. And it's harder to take the weight off, or the weight comes off a little bit slower. And to me, that's where and I won't call it discipline, but I think that's where your fortitude, right? That's where your persistence, that's where your dedication, that's where when your motivation kicks in, because you have to decide, am I just going to, rely on the GLP-1, or am I going to reach deep down within? So a lot of times I've had to reach deep down within because I didn't want to titrate up. And I had to, muster everything up I could to hang on till I got to that next injection as far as my appetite. And when, the higher up in dose you get, I could see that you don't have to do that as much. But I personally am trying to titrate up slow. But none of this really is kind of representative of what I'm doing with the GLP-1. So I think somebody looking at this, it's just going to think that, we're just out here, just, taking a pill, taking a shot, and just, living easy breezy. And there's nothing easy breezy about what I'm doing. Now, does it suppress my appetite? Yes. Does it stay suppressed until I get my next injection? No. On my experience, I really haven't had that where my appetite is totally suppressed. People will say, I just could not eat. Now, there are times that I got so busy and just doing other things that I wasn't thinking about food and I had to remind myself to eat, but I could eat. Right, I still could eat. I have not been to that point, I don't think. Maybe early on where I just could not eat, could not eat. Now, I have gotten to the point where I have felt stuffed because I'm trying to get a certain amount of calories, and I felt stuffed. And actually, tonight is one of those nights. Like, I made myself eat everything that I had on my plate just because I was trying to get to that calorie mark. And, I want to be able to, have some wiggle room because I have like a birthday party coming up this weekend that I'm going to attend. So I just kind of wanted to, some days I'm going to have a lighter eating and then some days will be heavier. But guess what? I was doing that on Weight Watchers. I was doing that when I was going to that boot camp and you couldn't eat a carb. You couldn't look at a carb. I was doing all that. So I feel like this journey is a little bit more manageable because the appetite is suppressed for most of my week. But I do feel like I still have to do those things I know to do. So, and I was telling somebody who was in one of my comments in the comment section, this lady was saying how she tracks and she doesn't want to be on this, medication forever. And I've always said I don't want to be on it forever, but who knows? A lady can change her mind. I may need to be, who knows what happens when all this medication is out of my system and that, appetite kicks in. But what I do know is I'll be eating 1,600 calories and I'll probably be down, more by the time I get to my goal. But I know I'll be eating. I'll be used to eating. So it won't be like I was eating 800 or 900 calories. And then now with no medication, I'm eating, 14, 15, 1,600 calories. You're for sure going to gain weight if you do that. And so, a lot of people don't care. They just want to get down to their weight. And I get that too. I'm also thinking, I am on the road to retirement. I always say, if God willing, I'll be retiring in 2 years. I don't know if that insurance is going to cover my medication. I don't know. I want to be done by then because I don't know if my insurance will cover it. So I kind of have to think about that too. I may be one of those people that have to get off of it because, I can't afford to. I want to be able to travel and go places and do things. And so, maybe the medication won't be something that I am doing. So I guess I'll be either off YouTube or making videos about how I'm maintaining my weight loss without, the medication. Or, some form of it. It may just have to change. It might not be the branded medication the way it is right now for me. And so, I'm kind of thinking about that. But this is why, we just get such a bad rep with, with these GLP-1. So I'm going to go to this next slide and then we could talk in the chat. So that just led me to ask somebody, I saw this question on a video. Somebody was saying, is taking a GLP-1 taking the easy way out? So what do you guys think? And I want to know, were you against the GLP-1 medications before you started taking it? And if so, why? And do you get offended when someone says, I lost weight naturally? Does that offend anyone when you see or hear that? And do you feel supported by the natural weight loss community? So do you feel like people are looking down on you because you chose to go the GLP-1 route? So I guess in the chat, I'm looking to hear that. So let's go and see what people are saying. 2.0 mommy, hello, hello. Let's see, I gotta scroll up some more. We need a bad single to let you know you have no sound. Yes. Yeah, I need to write myself a note so I could kind of check it. And then we have Mel, we have Carrie Ann saying hello. My feed has hardly any GLP-1 videos. I've always been into holistic medicine, so mine always has that kind of stuff in it. But I have noticed an uptick in the nature or natural GLP-1s. Okay, very good. Right now, my feed is filled with horror stories of Lisa Frank, which has killed my childhood dreams. Oh my goodness. You are too funny with your your spooky stories. Kim J, to me it seems people are started saying natural since the gastric sleeve surgeries ramped up, and even more since GLP-1s, etc. It has been a thing. I've never really noticed it or seen that. And I don't know. I just haven't. before now. And I know that gastric bypass and all that was a thing, but that was been so long ago. I really wasn't on YouTube as much either as I am now. So that could also be Kim. Agreed, Kim. It has its moments and it's back now. And then 2.0 Mommy is saying hello. Z, hello, hello. Kim says they're jealous. Do you guys think that's what it is? Do you think it's people are jealous because the weight is seemingly comes off faster? Now I did look up, who loses the most weight. So what do you guys think? I should have done. I wish I could do a poll on here. Do you guys think that the GLP-1 community loses the most weight, or do you think it is the natural weight loss community that loses the most weight? What do you guys think? Okay, so I'm going to go back up and finish the comments. Delilah said, I used to get so many comments that I should start meds when I was doing it on my own. Now they want me to stop. Because they probably knew, those meds weren't going to work, because these meds are kind of the best meds that they've had out, right? Before this, those meds were fine for a little while. And then I feel like all of a sudden people would start to get sick or have heart attacks or pass out, or, if some reason they found that they shouldn't be using them. And so that's probably why, because they knew they were just temporary. I used to work for I read that already, and we implemented all of that. We work for our loss period. Yeah, we do. When they say that they're doing it the natural way, I think they're just buttering us who is using it meds. Either way, we all have to work hard at dropping the pounds with or without the med. Yes, but that, Carrie Ann, that's the stereotype that's out there, that we aren't working, that we aren't working. And some people are not, right? There's never an all or nothing, right? Some people are not, changing their lifestyle. Some people are not counting calories. Some people are not, measuring things, changing their food portions, or they're just, maybe they are changing the portions, and that's probably it. But some people aren't doing all those things. They just try to belittle us who need assistance, or just plain jealousy. Yeah, Kim thinks it's jealousy too. I feel like the natural weight loss is looked at as superior, then weight loss surgery, then everything else, then medication. Like, how are we looked at so poorly? Yeah, and it makes it, it's almost like weight loss is kind of like a morality issue, right? If you're, something's wrong with you if you're overweight. And some people do have traumas that have caused them to be overweight, and some people just like to eat and overindulge. And I always say everyone has their vice, and I guess if you're overeating, I know that used to be mine. Overeating, and still, to this day, I have to, make sure I control that, making sure I choose, smaller portions instead of the bigger portions. If I'm going to eat something that's, not probably in my, plan, I'll eat half of it instead of the whole thing. So those little changes, I wish I was doing that, before the medication, but the medication has taught me to do that. People say negative things when they aren't knowledgeable, and don't try to be educated before making claims. It doesn't help when the medical professionals give their negative personal preferences. That is so true. That is so true. So if you have a doctor out there that is supporting your GLP-1 journey, I mean, good for them. Maybe you want to go back to them and say, thank you, thank you, thank you, because I'm hearing a lot of stories of people who aren't feeling that way with their doctors. Carrie Ann, I do not believe there is a lot of information that does cause the hate for sure. Yes, it does. It does. The stereotype is out there. It's like a magic pill. You take it and you don't really do anything. And I want to say, like, they need to watch all of our videos, because we're talking about bumps in the road. Carrie Ann said, we work so hard to hold it together, meaning making better food choices and getting our bodies moving. Yes. And that, even like getting to work out with such a, on a regular basis, and some consistency with a program was so hard for me. I was doing little things here and there. And I know they say all that counts. I wasn't counting it, right? Because I was thinking, I'm not doing a program, or I don't have structure, or, I'm just doing things, little things here and there. But really, that stuff does add up. Delilah says, I watched the OBGYN earlier. They said, I don't prescribe. Oh, let's see if these glasses might help me. No, they don't. I don't prescribe on my beliefs. I prescribe on facts and data. All right, very good. Facts and data. Okay, I love that. Don't forget to press the like button. Yes, thank you. Same with Mel. Says hit that like button. Thank you. Don't forget to hit the like button. I always forget to say that. Thank you, ladies. Delilah says, I lost connection for a minute. Yeah, something was going on with my internet. It doesn't bother me at all. Them being proud of how they lost weight doesn't change me being proud of my journey. Yes, and that's key. The problem is, Taisha, is some people aren't just being proud of theirs. They're knocking what other people are doing, because I'm clicking on those videos and I'm watching and enjoying it. And then I get to that part where they're bashing the GLP-1 community. And that's what I don't like. So I said, are we beefing? Are we beefing and I didn't know about it? Why is it a them against? I feel like there's like a them against us kind of mentality for some reason. And it should not be, because we all are doing things to that is a word, Taisha, says Mel. And Mel says hi to Jill. GLP-1 group, yes. Yeah, so that, it's like, I feel like, Taisha, if they left it at that, that would be fine. But to bash what we're doing, there's no need for that. That's the problem. GLP-1 group. Okay, so everybody's thinking, a lot of people are thinking the GLP-1 group lost the most weight. I agree, Taisha, and I'm so proud of them too, regardless of how they are. Yes, but you know what? We've all lost weight before, so we've all lost weight the natural way too, and we know how hard that is. We know how devoted you have to be, how dedicated. You need a schedule. You have to be consistent. Really, being consistent is the number one thing you need in anything you do in life. If you're going to be successful, you got to be consistent with whatever you're being successful at. So we have a lot in common. So I would love to talk about that. The natural weight loss community and the GLP-1 weight loss community, we both have to be consistent. So we have that in common. We both have to change our lifestyle habits, right? We can't just eat candy and chips and cookies and all that, pizza and, burgers, and think we're going to lose weight. And if you're doing it that way, you're probably eating very little of it. So that's why you're losing for now, because you're eating very little of it. And then I think those are the people that don't last, right, on this medication, because they get sick. Eventually, if you're eating that way and you're eating that fried, greasy foods, you're going to be sick. Taisha says, I don't think they're jealous. I think there's such a negative stigma regarding these meds, since it was considered a vanity celebrity drug. We can't allow ourselves to get caught up in their ignorance. Yes, I agree. And I don't know, I don't think jealous either. I don't know if that's the word for it. But, I have had some friends who said, kind of in a, just kind of like a tongue-in-cheek kind of way, when you say somebody's lost weight, they kind of say like, oh, probably they were taking that medication, as if it's not a valid way to lose weight. Or, I think people do have some judgment behind it. I don't know if I would use the word jealous. I mean, I know, but it is judgment behind it. But I think because I'm losing slow and steady, I have gained the favor of my friends and family. And then they see I'm still walking around, I'm still living after at month 10, going on month 11. Kim J says some people are only taking GLP-1s without making any diet changes and lose a lot of weight, which probably will regain after time. Yes, I agree. Weight gains happen when you don't eat right and exercise. Of course, yes. Kim is also saying people are still getting teased for weight loss surgery too. Some don't even like telling anyone in hopes they don't get shamed. Yes, but that's kind of hard not to notice though, because I know I've seen somebody like let's say in February that was super plump. And then I've seen them again in September and they were half my size, like they were super thin. And so most people know it's, that they've had something done anyway. But, I say be proud. I feel like if you're going to do it, you may as well be proud of it. Mel says the so-called natural weight loss is defined as a gradual reduction in body weight that occurs through healthy lifestyle changes like diet and exercise. That's what many in the GLP-1 community do, period. Exactly. That is exactly. So we're all doing pretty much the same thing. Now, I will say we have that extra little tool because it's, suppressing our appetite. It's causing us not to think about food and cut that food noise. So we have that little bit of an edge, but to maintain it, you guys were right. In order to maintain it, you got to keep that lifestyle change going. And the GLP-1 typically loses GLP-1 user loses more than people taking the people not taking the GLP-1. So we do lose a little bit faster. However, we both eventually will gain the weight back over time. Now, that's the funny thing. I did read a study, though, that said GLP-1 users, like they're starting to document some GLP-1 users are not gaining the weight back like we once thought they would. And so I want to be one of those people, don't you? I want to be one of those people that are in that statistic of not gaining it back. What does the lovely one say? Let them think what they want to think. I think we are spending too much energy explaining ourselves. Let's just live our new slim down lives and mind our own business. I just can't with the naysayers anymore. Yes, I know. And they're everywhere, everywhere, everywhere. Delilah says, Kim, I have 5 friends who have WLS and deny it to anyone, weight loss surgery. I'm like, why deny it? They say because they get talked down to, and it's sad. Yeah, I see why people deny it. I mean, I do. I also know someone who had weight loss surgery and on GLP-1s now to get to their goal and stay there since the surgery didn't do it for them. Okay, yeah, I know a lot. I know somebody else. I wouldn't say a lot of people. I don't. I've heard of people, but I do know one person who lost 100 plus pounds and now they're taking a GLP-1, but they're taking it for to control their diabetes. So you would think losing 100 plus pounds would get rid of the diabetes or bring their levels down enough, but it did not. So I think that's interesting. Taisha said, I misspoke. Some could be jealous, and there definitely is a lot of judgment. I wish we could collectively get away from us versus them. It's so disheartening. Me too. And I think you could do that by just, like we don't get on here and bash like we do. We get on, we come to our lives, we participate. I go to various lives. No one ever talks about how somebody is losing weight, or even within our own community. I may say, I'm tracking, you say you're not. Somebody else said, I'm doing something this way. I'm using that app. I'm using this. I'm working out. I'm not. We don't bash each other. And so, yeah, I want to see that going. Out with the 2024 and in with the 2025. But I have something else. Simply Taisha, I saw going on in 2024, and I hope it doesn't last. I'm proud of all of us. Me too. No, I wasn't against the medication. I'm grateful I started. Now, was anybody here against taking the medication at first? Kim said, I was joking about them getting jealous, but who knows? I'm sure some people may be jealous because they can't afford it or get it approved by their doctor or insurance. Yes, that I'm sure that could be a possibility too. I think that's the thing. More people would probably, be more open to it if it was more available to them too. That could be a possibility. Mel says this is the same way people want folks to white knuckle weight loss. Yeah. Dalai said, my mom said my cousin had at least 200 pounds. She was easy 400, and they asked her how, and she shrugged and said, I don't know. Then she left. Everyone was asking if she was on Ozempic. Oh, so your cousin lost 200 pounds. Wow. Very good for her. However she did it, I know she'll take that. I lost weight before starting any GLP-1 natural by walking constantly. I was 400 now. 222. Oh my God. Look, Keisha. Yay. Go, Keisha. Go, Keisha. That is so awesome. That is so awesome. Jeez, Louise. In real life. Okay, I wasn't going to ask you what that was, but you know now by now. I'm not with the acronyms. I'm sorry. Oh, awesome, Lakeisha. Everyone's saying awesome. Delilah said, I lost 120 on my own, but stalled for 6 months. Started Mounjaro for a new type 2 diabetic diagnosis, and bam, I am back to losing 65 additional pounds. That is awesome. Lakeisha, that is incredible. I mean, geez, Louise. She's saying, thank you, Taisha. It's just like people shaming women about getting medication when they are in labor. They think they are cheating using meds. Not sure why people are so opinionated and some plain arrogant. Yeah, and I agree. That's a great analogy. I, use that analogy too, because I know people say, oh, you don't shame people for taking high blood pressure and all of that. But I also think the same thing with, you don't shame a woman who took an epidural versus somebody who didn't. The childbirth is still miraculous miraculous no matter how they did it. And so I think if we could get to looking at it from that perspective, it would be helpful. Mel says, absolutely not, never again. I was arrogant to drugs. I was fully against the cost. So I never looked into it because my insurance didn't cover it. Okay, and so maybe that's what a lot of people are also feeling too. Thank you, Diva, and everyone. You are so welcome. Kim says, I was for the GLP-1 from the very beginning. It's why I requested it from the doctor as soon as I heard I was a diabetic. And see, I didn't know a thing about it. I was so afraid to take it. So Kim, yes, they're saying that's a great example. Brown Velvet is in the building. Brown Velvet said, my doctor tried to prescribe Ozempic to me a year ago, and I said no, because everything I was hearing initially was so negative. Plus, I didn't want onto the next diet trend again. Yes, and that's probably, yeah, that sums up how I was feeling about it too, I believe. I just thought this is another thing. It's going to come and go. And I thought, I didn't want to take the injection. Like that injection part of it was really, that was the biggest fear for me over anything else. Lovely One says, I tell anyone who asks, I've reached my weight goal. A lot of them shake their head at me and tell me what they are doing naturally. Mind you, they are still very overweight. I seriously hope we have to, don't die trying to prove us wrong. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, man. Me too, me too. So a lot of them shake their head and tell me that wow. So yeah, some people though, when they lose weight naturally, some people just don't eat. I've heard that too, where people just aren't eating and passing out and all those kind of things. So we have to be careful that we don't get into that mindset. Linda's journey. I raised both hands when I was offered the and had not heard of it before, but I was ready to try Zepbound. The doctor explained to me and told what I needed to have on hand to be prepared. Yes, 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 very good. I don't think my doctor really talked a lot about the weight. I say in one of my videos, and this is so true, I think she thought she's 52. We've talked about this before. She knows what to do with her eating. But I didn't realize how important protein was. I'm a teacher. I teach. And once upon a time, I used to teach health. I haven't taught it in years. But, now the PE teacher, physical education teacher, teaches the health for the most part. But, I just never knew how important the protein was. And so I think if my doctor had explained that a little bit more, I think it would have been more helpful on my journey. Starting out, I should say. Delilah says not arrogant, but ignorant. Okay, I figured that. Wow, Lovely One, congratulations. Wait, did I miss something? Oh, she said she had lost weight. Okay, I missed something else. Very good. I got the RX and I did my best to not research. I'm a big researcher because I was scared to talk myself out of it. I just picked them up and came home and injected. Then I researched like crazy. Yes, 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 yeah. All right, so let's just sum this up. The conclusion of this is let's leave this in 2024 for sure. When I'm scrolling and if I stop in, hopefully people aren't putting us down. I mean, that's Taisha is what I was saying. If I'm scrolling and people just talk about, and I go in your video and you're talking about how, much you've lost and all of that, I think that's great. And I really do. But I do have a problem when people start bashing the GLP-1 user. Just imagine me in this video. I'm all excited to be in there, listening to you and in my mind celebrating you. And then you start bashing what I'm doing and you don't even know me. I'm like, geez, Louise, I had enough of that. And so 2025, hopefully we can squash that. All right, now I have a question for you guys. Have you guys heard of this term called big back behavior? I will say, I saw this term, and I'm going to tell you, I don't know if you guys watch, one of my guilty pleasure shows is on the OWN network, and it's called Love and Marriage Huntsville. And I don't know if any of you watch Love and Marriage Huntsville, but I used to love that show. It's kind of gotten like out of the show and onto social media, so I don't really watch it as much. But I want to be careful with my words because I don't want anybody, I like to kind of stay positive too. So, but there is a character on the show that, it's about couples, and the one couple, the man was cheating on the wife, and the wife's, and the husband's, the lady he was cheating with was, she would be on social media and she would bash the wives and other wives on the show. And I shouldn't say bash. I mean, she would talk about them and, according to her, she's saying facts. Well, one of the things I even heard her say was she would call them big backs, and she would call them big backs because that means that they were, big, fat, overweight. And so that's the first time I heard of that term. And so I'm like late on the lingo, right? So it could have been out before that. That's the first time I heard of the big back behavior. So then I'm scrolling on social media, watching videos, and I was looking for this particular video, and I see they have this kid show. And it's a kid show. It's an African American family, and they basically call the titles are big back behavior, or big back this and big back that. So I just thought, well, maybe it's like they're taking the term and they're making it into something else. So I clicked on the video, watched the video. Sure enough, they have everybody in there is slim, and they are talking about being fat or overweight. And so the one kid in the video who they refer to as having a big back, she has it looks like a pillow in her back. And so one of the episodes was she moved into town and everybody wanted to get away from this lady that was a big back, the girl that was a big back. And they were like, "Oh, you hide your snacks. She's gonna come in and hide your snacks." When I tell you, that made me so sad to see that kids were perpetuating this, and two of them look like teenagers, and with the one girl who everybody's shunning because she's eating all the snacks. Now, mind you, she's not overweight, but her character is like this. The mindset of the character is, and I guess it's like tongue in cheek. So to make it tongue in cheek, they put a pillow in her back, and so that just made me sad. That almost had me in tears because, I have some overweight students, and I'm telling you, some of those girls, it is tough for. I teach 8 and 9-year-olds, and it just had me a flashback to some of these girls who have been called names, on the playground. And so I just thought, why are we doing this? Why are we doing this? I just was so shocked by it. And then, so I'm also, on social media, and I see some social media influencers that are making videos, and they have lost weight, and they're using the term big back behavior. And so I just thought, why? Why are we calling ourselves names? Why are we calling what we do a name? That would be like me saying a fat behavior. Like, I just would never say that. I would never say that to my daughter. And so, it just kind of made me sad. It's like, what are we doing? I think, you kind of have to be responsible when you're out here. Nobody's perfect. People are going to make mistakes, but I think it tells a lot about your mindset when you're using these terms to describe yourself. I don't call myself anything but all things positive. Now, I will say, my thighs didn't like that. Like if something happens, and I have to check myself too. I'm not far from reproach with this, but I will often say, and I try not to say it in front of my daughter at all. And my daughter, does not have a weight issue, and I want to keep it that way. And so, but if she does, we'll work through it. If, she has to grow up and learn, and, but I sometimes say, my mind wanted to eat that, but my thighs but my thighs didn't want it. I'll refer to my thighs or my belly, but I won't name call. I won't call myself a name. So I just wonder, have you guys ever heard that term, big back behavior? And, when I actually researched it, that term was started in the UK, pretty much, and it wasn't a derogatory term there. Of course, it comes to America, and now it's a derogatory term. And so if somebody's telling you you have a big back or calling you a big back, they're not saying anything nice to you. So I just wonder, have you guys heard the term big back behavior? Do you know what that is? Have you ever used that term to describe yourself or someone? And, what if I had that on my video? So if I had that on my thumbnail, like, stop the big back behavior in 2025, what would you guys think about that? I just thought, no. I mean, with this community, we have to, to just keep positive thoughts going for ourselves. And I know people say that, and they don't care, it's tongue in cheek. But I think you teach people how to treat you. And I think if you're using language that is promoting something that's not positive, like I don't want somebody calling my daughter big back. Now she is slim and trim, but I still don't want them calling her that. I don't want her thinking that that's something she could call somebody else. So I guess I just feel like whatever you teach people how to treat you. You have your boundaries and you kind of stick with that. And I just want to see us be more positive. I just thought, gosh, I'm 52. I always say that I'm out of the loop. I think sometimes, am I wrong on this? Like, and it's not even the wrong question wrong, but am I offended when I shouldn't be? Are you guys offended when somebody's saying big backs and all that? I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but just call me Shay or Didi or Downsizing Diva. Don't call me a big back. I don't care if my back was, the size of 2 linebackers. I just don't want to be called that. So I just wonder. I want us to leave that in 2000. Let's see, leave that in 2024. Let's see. Okay, we read all those. Thank you guys. Delilah says no, but no one asked because I don't see people in person. I'm not sure what that is. Taisha said, I have heard of that. You have, Taisha? Okay. I hate the term big bag. I can't stand it. Yes, I've heard of it. Okay, you guys have heard of it. That's when people are doing the most and overeating, being greedy, I think. Yes, and TikTok turned it into that, as I've heard. Like, so it started out by just like a dig towards, overweight people. And then TikTok kind of took it over. So on TikTok, though, what happens is all these slim and trim girls are on there eating. It's not really bigger people. If you go to that, you could go to TikTok now. It's not banned yet. I think they're going to come up with a deal so that it's not banned. But if you go to those TikTok videos, it's the small, tiny influencers that look like my daughter's size, so thin. And what they'll be doing is gorging and eating all this food. And then they say, I'm having big back behavior. So it's kind of like they've made it into, what do you call that? Where people, make fun of something. There's a name for that, but they made it into that where it's like now if you're eating all this food, you're having big back behavior. And you should see the people. When we leave here, you go there in those comments. They're like, oh girl, you're eating all that food, this and that. Now there have been overweight people that did it. Their comments don't look the same. They're talking about those folks like we witnessed in that chat the other day. They're not saying nice things. But if a skinny person or a thinner person or a smaller person is on there doing it, it's so cute and funny. But when we do it or somebody bigger does it, you don't get that same, you don't get those same comments. Simply Taisha said, there's a song made from Dora the Explorer backpack song. Yeah, but this is not it. This is not it. Also, isn't it interesting how all of a sudden everyone is worried about our muscle mass? Yes. Never was a discussion before when we were doing all kind of crazy things to lose weight. Yeah, but all of a sudden, you are so right, lovely one. All of a sudden now it's like muscle. So that's why the whole protein focus is so big, right? Because protein is essential in developing that muscle mass. And so, it is so interesting. It is so interesting. That's a great point. If I were giving out a star, give you a gold star. Delilah says, I've seen someone make a post with the song saying big back, and showing herself eating a bunch of junk. Yes. Someone said, well, if you stop eating like that, you wouldn't need GLP-1. She went, wow. Yeah. Taisha, Carrie Ann says, that's that's different from the Doors song. Oh, okay. I'm not up on any of this stuff either, really. 2.0 mommy's laughing. Delilah says, off on them yet. She's the one who put it out for them to comment. Okay, yeah. But I think sometimes, when you're putting workout, now I don't know, I wouldn't put myself out gorging like that on things, but I think, the people that make videos, when you're making videos, you're not making videos thinking you're going to get scrutinized or tore up in the chat. You know what I'm saying? And I've been blessed. I've only had one that comment that I would consider negative. And, I had to, double back before I responded to it because I thought, I could get upset and kind of go off in the comment section too or block this person. But I just thought I don't want to say the word, but KILL with kindness. And so that's what I decided to do. And they did not respond back. And I think that was because I didn't give them that same energy. So, and hopefully I don't plan to. Now, Miss Linda, if you see me in the comments getting on people in the comment section, please stop me if you come to run, you run by that because I want to stay as positive as I can. Linda says, I have heard of Big Back. I love Huntsville. Yes, I have never used it to refer to anyone. Yeah, because it's not a nice term. That's probably why you haven't used it. Taisha, yes, the song that she had on while eating cakes and brownies and ice cream. What? But isn't it backpack, backpack? It's not like big back, or is it? It was a TikTok trend. My daughters told me about it. Yes, yes, yes. I went and watched it, because when I was thinking about this, I thought, I had to research it a little bit so I can know something about what I was talking about. Delilah Rodriguez, that was meant for you. LOL. Delilah says, exactly, Dee Dee. I don't get it either. People need to learn how much real and true power our words have, especially when referencing ourselves. Yes, and so I guess that's the message for me, I'm not bashing anyone that's putting big back behavior on their things or, whatever, or they're talking about it in their videos. But I just think, we got to put a positive message out there. I think, like I say, I don't call people names or refer to myself as something I wouldn't call my daughter. Like that's kind of like my check on myself. Like would I say that to her? So if I wouldn't call her a big back or say you have big back behavior, I'm not going to say that to myself because I think sometimes we're hard on ourselves. We are our own worst critics, and so we tend to put ourselves down. But then you can't put yourself down and expect high expectations from other people. So I just think we have to treat ourselves like the kings and queens that we are. Kat says, but it's also big girls using the term. I know, that's what I'm talking about. They need to cut that out. When they start a weight loss journey, they'll say it's time to unbig my back. Yeah, unbig my back. I'm not. It's not as problematic to me. But I still don't want that term used. Like I said, I'm thinking about the little girls that I see that are overweight on my day-to-day job that are having struggles and at recess and being called fat and being called ugly and all kind of names. And you know, I just don't want that for them. I don't want this term to be out here where people are thinking it's funny and cool to say that. And I'm surprised no one on the playground has used this term yet. And I'm sure the kids know what it is because it's all over TikTok. But I guess I'm just thinking about it not also from a grown-up perspective, but like I say, if you wouldn't be comfortable with your daughter saying or your son, I'm gonna unbig my back, then or you don't want that to be like something they're called or used. I don't think we should use it either. That doesn't bother me as much though, saying it's time to unbig my back, but maybe it does. I had to think about it because I just like let's just choose more positive words. We're trying to go into 2025 positive. And that's just me. Taisha, that makes sense. TT is so vile. What is TT? Geez, I've never heard that term. Yes, yes. And sometimes they used to use the word big backs to describe bodybuilders because when they build that muscle, their back is big and it's spread and it's muscles. And when she first said that term, this lady on the show, I thought that's what she meant at first. And then she started talking about how fat they were, the fat and all that came up. So then I knew. And that's the first I have heard of it. And I don't know if she started it, but it took off on TikTok. Like I said, it's even a show dedicated to that. It just kind of makes me sad because it's targeting kids. Like adults aren't going to watch that show. It's teenagers and little kids in there, and they're basically shunning this little girl that eats a lot of snacks. And like I said, the only thing that's saving the show probably from a lot of backlash, I would imagine, is because the little girl is thin, but she has like that, something stuffed in her back. So it's kind of like tongue in cheek humor. Mia says, I saw it in the chat the other night on Kendra J. They putting down that man. They said chewed on nails because his teeth was not perfect. I thought big back. What does that mean? BBB is even worse. Yeah. Yeah. Big back means, you're fat. Like they, like, and I guess like if you look at somebody behind, you see their back. If it's wide, like it means a wide back. If it's wide, that means, you're overweight. So that type of thing, Mia. Yeah, that guy, I felt bad for that guy. That guy, what are you gonna do? It's like I would never go on the show. So he must be really confident that he even went on. Kim J says, personally, it doesn't bother me. It depends upon the intention behind it. I think it was supposed to be funny. Big and little people both say big back or say, I'm going to unbig my back. Yes, yeah, I know. But it's kind of like how people take certain words that are mean and negative and they change it to the positive and they say, oh, we're taking ownership back of the word. And I just think, why not just use a positive word? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. That's just me. I just think use a positive word. Big back, I don't like the word. Yeah, I mean, like I say, Kim, I'm coming from the perspective of someone who's seeing like little kids struggle with their weight and seeing little kids and like terms being used. And so it just kind of, like I said, breaks my heart because I'm living it, every day. And so I guess I'm looking at it from another perspective. And I think if kids are learning from adults, don't adults need to do the right thing? And not that I'm perfect, because I am not. But yeah, it's like we kind of have to do the right thing if we expect kids to. So if we're telling kids don't name call, we can't be around calling names or even calling ourselves names. So I guess that's my perspective. Taisha says the song I heard sounds like Dora the character. And instead of saying backpack, they say big bag, big bag. Oh. Instead of saying, so they made it into like that big bag. So yeah, you guys, before TikTok is cut off, which I don't think it's going to happen. I hear Elon Musk is talking about buying TikTok. I mean, geez, Louise, this man's going to have TikTok. Pretty soon, he's going to be making his own water bottles or something. He's going to own everything. He's going to be a trillionaire. He's projected to be the first trillionaire. I could go on and on about that, but I won't. And not hating on him. I'm just saying, he's supposed to be projected to be the first one. I mean, can you imagine $1 trillion? Mia saying hello. Everybody saying hello to Amy. Hello, Amy. Linda said muscle mass was always a discussion in my weight loss journeys. I always did high protein, low carb diets. I've been on and off diets since age 20 after having my daughter. Yeah, I really haven't heard a lot about muscle mass, to be honest. Now, maybe I'm hearing more, and I don't know how old. I think that was the lovely one that brought that up. I don't know if it's because I'm older. When you get older, you're going to hear a lot about retaining muscle because, I'm 52. That's what you hear. And it makes sense, though, because I know so many people that have fallen and it's been downhill since that fall and they've been, up in age. And so that's why I'm trying to stay on my 2 feet at all times. So, yeah. Delilah says, remember to go and hit the like button. Yes, thank you for the reminder. Hit that like button. Delilah, it's always my first stop. Okay, Delilah says, it bothers me. Why can't you just say it's time for me to get healthy or lose weight? Why does it have to be unbig my bag? TT is TikTok. Okay. Amy, so smart. Big bag in British used to mean big butt. Yeah, but it wasn't like a negative thing. It was just kind of like, that was another term for like your bottom. But it wasn't like how we took it here and had it to mean like something so bad. Like it really wasn't like when I read about that, it wasn't like they were, using it to like, really bash people type thing. But, Debbie said, I just went on TikTok. The original guy has 4 million views. Jeez, Louise. Yeah, thanks for doing that, Mia. Yeah, big booty. I can understand. I had a friend named Big Booty Judy as a love name. She liked it and she did a shake when she was greeted with that. Now, if she likes it and she's embracing it, I mean, what are you gonna do? Like she likes being called Big Booty Judy. And I don't think there's anything kind of wrong with that. I think that might be okay, right? Because it's your tushy. But it's, this is just my opinion. This is something I don't like. And like I said, just my background with it. I just see like a lot of young girls, and even still, some of my students come that, graduated from high school. I still have dinner with some of them. That pain, and we all know if you were teased as a kid, that pain lasts a long time. I will tell you guys this story. I used to have there used to be this guy, and he would hit girls on the behind, and this is when I was in high school, and he would run. He would hit you on the behind and run. And one day he did it to me, and he used to always do it to me. And you could never catch him because as soon as you turned around, he was gone. And it bothered me so much. So one day I was like, I'm going to tell my dad. I told my dad was up at that school. And just so let me just say that never happened again. But I saw this guy years later, and he just thought it was so funny. And I told him, I was like, I'm about to tell him this is, he was dating my mom's best friend's daughter, and or one of her best friend's daughter. And I told him, how that made me feel, and how I didn't appreciate that, and how, I was always self-conscious about, because, even back in the day before I was had gained weight where I was really considered overweight. And my mom was small, but we all have in our family like hips and behind. And so, and that probably is never going to leave. I feel like it's getting plump the more I work out. I feel like it's getting plump and sitting up even more. And so, but yeah, that bothered me. And I finally was able to tell this guy how he made me feel doing that sort of thing. And so he was like, I thought all girls like that. I thought because you were proud of it and you liked it. Well, maybe if I was proud of it and I liked it, can I be proud of it and like it without you hitting me on it? Like he kind of didn't get it. So that's one of the reasons why I've never just kind of embraced my curves in that way, because it always has brought me negative attention, like attention that I did not want. And so for her, she could be the opposite. Everybody's different. I think that's fine. That's good if that's what she likes. For me, it's just traumatic. Big back was a slang for, somebody else just told, and when I looked it up, but it didn't sound like it was like used in a negative way, like we have taken it here in the United States. Delilah says osteoporosis can be deadly. Lack of estrogen makes bones more brittle, improve to osteoporosis, and prone to I think you meant prone. Those breaks are the leading cause of death in women. I'm editing a video talking about that now. Yes, and I have a friend who had a relative fall and and passed on from just a fall. Like started off as a fall, never made it out of the hospital. It went downhill from there. So it's just kind of sad. We kind of have to be careful out there. Delilah says, when I was a 6 walking with my lunch tray, and you were 6, and this kid yelled a bunch of fat names at me and spit my food and said, "You don't need that, you fat pig." I threw a tray at him and ran away crying. Yeah, some of the things that goes on in these high schools, there was this girl who told a story about how every time she gets up, they would make a noise as she's walking by. So, like all those kind of things, just makes me have a heart for not doing stuff like that. Not just let's just use positive terms, even when we're talking about ourselves. And Delilah says, I'm 43 and still remember that. I'm sure that sounds so hurtful. As a lifelong big girl, I always had guys do super mean things to me, put paint in my hair. Oh gosh, you're gonna make me cry. Kick me very hard, cut my hair with a hacksaw. Oh my gosh, that he made in shop class, put mean stickers all over my locker. Oh, that makes me so sad. That makes me so sad. Oh my gosh. So Mia, what did you do? So I know you had to tell the teacher because this is what my tears are from. I'm hearing this, I'm hearing this kind of day in and day out. It's just, it's pretty tough. When you're trying to work through these kind of things with kids. And what do you say? You say to the kids, be nice. They go right back out and do it again. Oh my gosh, Mia, I'm so sorry. How dare they? 2.0 mommy says, that's horrible, Mia, makes me angry. Yes, and it happens more than you know. I mean, it's just tough. Can you imagine being a student these days, like in schools? It's just tough. It's hard. It's with social media. At least we didn't have to worry about social media, when I was growing up. So that just upsets me. Mia says, start Rumor. I got stuck on the toilet seat and the fire department had to come rescue me. It was humiliating. Oh my gosh, just a rumor, but still. Oh, so they put this rumor out. Pig noises or say fat girl in a little coat. Oh my gosh, Mia, Mia, Mia. So Mia, what did you do? Like, who are you able to talk to about this? How are you getting support from this? Because I know you have to be remembering all this stuff. Oh my God, Mia, I'm so sorry you had to go through that. Mia hugs. I mean, yeah, it's like, what do you say? We wish we could hug you. You're gonna make me cry because I just feel sad. Uh, I'm so sorry. All right, I got to get it together. No, you're fine. All right, Kim. Okay, I got to get back on track. That just makes me sad. Kim says, actually, some people have a problem with being called big booty because they hate having such noticeable booties. Yeah, it will be the same as saying big bag, the same with big boobs. Yes, 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 yes. That's so true. Mia says, a lot of times I did nothing being so embarrassing for me to go through, especially high school. Yes, yes, yes. I'm sure, but I want to know, like, so did you talk to a teacher? Did you have an administrator? What about your parents? Like, you know, um, did you have any support like that? Did you have support? I just wonder. Mia, I'm so sorry you had to experience that in your life. Yeah, it just makes me say, I'm sorry. No, you're fine. Sorry, Mia, we don't think so. No, not at all. All kids have always been mean to me too. I blocked most of it out through blocked most of it out, except that darn spitting kid. That is so gross. Jeez Louise. Somebody spit on you? Oh man. Oh, Dee, yeah. I have a big heart. It's like, oh man. Delilah says, Mia, you have no reason to be sorry. Yes, no, not at all. Oh, Dee Dee, I love how kind-hearted you are. Oh, thank you. They'll Mel Bethel, they have me over here crying. Oh my goodness. Oh no, Mia, Dee Dee, I think you are crying for all of us who were bullied as a kid. Yes, and remember, I'm a teacher, so I'm seeing this go on right now. I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it. And so, I say to my daughter, who's a beautiful girl, I don't, you guys haven't seen her face. You saw her from behind. She is gorgeous. And I say to her, don't be a mean girl. Do not be a mean girl. Like I don't want her to be that way, and she's not. But sometimes people pump up the pretty girls, and I was even in that situation where I could go either way because I was a bigger girl, but I was with the cool crew, and sometimes they weren't so nice, and I had to decide which way am I going to go, what am I going to do, and luckily I always well, I think I always went the right way. I think I always went the right way. But yeah, it's just, it just kind of makes you sad when you look back and see the people that are going through this. But like I said, I have kids now who have struggles, with friends and all of that. And it's all this kind of stuff. And it seems like everything starts young. I guess that's my point. Everything starts young. And these kids are on YouTube, they're on all these things, and you just never know who's watching your videos and who's seeing what you're talking about and what you're doing. So I just think we have to kind of be a little bit more, responsible and just, speak positivity into ourselves because kids are watching. Delilah says a girl hit me in the head with rocks and I was bleeding but refused to tell anyone. But my brother told my mom and her dude and went and threatened them all. And the next day they moved and never have seen them again. So Delilah, I think you said you talked to someone about your things you have going on. Delilah says, Sweet Tea, I can see that. The Turtle Diaries. I used to tell jokes, self deprecation, and whatever I needed to make people laugh and leave me alone. Lifelong trauma to heal from friends. Yes, and a lot of people do that. And I used to do that. And I think I probably still do. I think I still do that too. Yeah, I think that's a coping skill that you kind of learn, as you get older. But, I've always been funny. Like people, and I don't know if I think I'm funny, but sometimes I do laugh at my own jokes. But people think I'm funny, and so I guess is that a stereotype with like being an overweight girl? But I've always like to make people laugh and just like to lighten things up. When things get kind of gloomy and doomy, I kind of like to lighten things up. So yeah, but I also do that too. And so that's why, I think when you have children, you become a mom or you're an educator, you just kind of learn that, you got to do things different. And so, yeah, if you hear me calling myself like, names or anything like that, please correct me because I don't want to do that. I can't think of any teacher or anybody that made them stop. But sadly, I began to bully younger kid than me, and I hate that I did that. That kid didn't deserve it. Well, you know what? Most bullies are bullies because they were bullied. So that's why you did that, Mia, because you were bullied. And so you just kind of repeat the behavior. And isn't that so ironic? You repeat things that you don't want to do. I mean, how many of us have said, with our parents probably, the way we were raised, we're not going to do that with our kid, or we're not going to do that when we're a parent, and you turn around and do it. So, I mean, it's learned behavior. And that's why therapy is so important for a lot of people, because it teaches you how to unlearn it, right? To unlearn that behavior. So yes, Delilah says, I see your therapist. I've been in and out of therapy since I was 7. That was court mandated when my dad went to prison. Okay, very good, very good. So I hope you're talking through all that. I mean, all that stuff is so deep. Oh, Mia, I'm so sorry that guilt doesn't belong to you. Not at all. But, Mia, I'm going to give you just a big virtual air hug, because how many people would admit that they were being a bully to someone else, as, with the things that you told us that you dealt with? And honestly, that is normal. That is normal. Now, is it normal for people to bully? No. What I mean normal is it's normal for you to take that out on somebody else, right? And a lot of bullies are probably bullied at home, and so that's kind of where it starts, or somewhere. It doesn't have to be at home. So we just want joy and peace. I guess the whole point of this message is, let's just stop calling ourselves names, right? We want to be positive and moving forward. And I guess when I see somebody who's lost a ton of weight, and they have no more big back behavior, I just think, like, let's just be positive about yourself. You look great. I hope you feel great. But I started to think, like, maybe the mindset has not caught up, because if we're feeling positive, we're not going to use that language, or, and then we have to think, like, young girls are clicking on. Should they be watching these videos? No, but they probably are. And so, I guess I just want to put that message out there that, it's not big back behavior. It's, it's, I don't know another name for it. I wouldn't even give them another name, because, it's their video, their thumbnail, whatever they're doing. But I would say, let's just spread positivity about yourself. So call it, just call it something else, not like the slang term that means, you're fat and ugly, basically, is what it means. And so let's not do that. That's what I would say. Yes, hugs to me. Hurt people, and you were too young to process that. Forgive yourself. Yes, and that's a great way to put it. Forgive yourself. I hope you haven't. You did say on there that you're sorry, that you did that. So hopefully you will, heal from that and forgive yourself. I was told if I call myself a name, it makes it more okay for someone else to call me that. So try our best to just be kind. Yes, 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 yes. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Just be kind. Be kind. All right, so let's talk about something else. Last little hot topic. And I'm going to take this off the screen for a second. Eli Lilly, CEO, expect a new weight loss pill to be approved next year. So what I want to know from you guys is, would you take a weight loss medication in a pill form? And I'm going to tell you, in my past experience, now I'm no doctor or anything like that, but most of the time the pill form is much cheaper. So I'm going to show you guys, because if you follow my story, you already know that I used to take, and I have taken, Ribelsis. And so Here it is. I had a 3-pack. Here's my 3-pack. Now, this is, can you hear it? This is never been opened. This is 7 milligrams. It was opened and used. There's nothing in here but the instructions. I don't know if you can see that. And then this is my 3rd one, and I had a 3-month supply. So when I say I took Ribelsis, I took Ribelsis. Ribelsis is the pill form of Ozempic, and this is what my doctor put me on first before I decided I cannot take it at all. And so it got me wondering when I heard that Eli Lilly is expecting to have a weight loss drug approved soon. I thought, would I take it? Because this did not work for me. Now, let me tell you, this works a little bit different. We take our injection and we take it anytime we want. We don't have to eat, or you can eat or not. It's not, you don't have strict parameters. With this, you do. You had to take this within 30 minutes of taking this. You couldn't eat or drink anything. So this had to be the first thing you take before you eat. And then you had to wait 30 minutes before you ate. This made me so nauseous. When I tell you, this has a 3 milligrams. This is 7. And I even took the 14 just to see how it would do. But I took the 3, and my doctor told me to take the 3 milligrams. And or did she give me this and tell me to take half? I can't remember. I want to say she gave me 3, because I think it comes 3, 7, 14. It just doubles, right? It goes bam, bam, bam. And so I took that, and I want to say I took the 3, and then she wanted me to get it used to my system. Right away, I could feel it, like the same thing with the mouth dryness. But it was a nauseous feeling. And honestly, I think the nauseous feeling is because I had to take it on an empty stomach. And so that was the downside to this, is taking this baby on an empty stomach. I mean, it made me feel sick. And so you can see how sick I was, that these are new, never opened. I couldn't even get through them because I just could not take it. And so I wondered, what would you guys do? Would you guys take a weight loss pill? Eli Lilly is hoping to have this out next year. And so let me tell you just a little bit more. It says Eli Lilly and Novo Nordisk, which dominate the market with their obesity injections, Zepbound and Wegovy, are both looking to develop next generation versions of their medication. So we know that, right? Retatrutide, and they have all these, other weight loss drugs in the pipeline. And, so hopefully, you think Zepbound is Zep, and just wait till you try Retatrutide. I don't know what you guys are going to call that. But, so we'll see when that comes out. But it says a weight loss pill would offer more convenience to patients and would be easier to manufacture. That is so true. When I was taking Ribelsis, it was never out. It wasn't Ozempic shortage. The pills were never out. Another thing, too, is let's say if your copay is like $25, with the pill, it's either going to be free or $5 or $10. So it's much cheaper. I'm sure a lot of people weren't even paying that, for it. So it's the pill. And when I decided to stop taking it, remember, I stopped taking it because of how I felt. I still had these, this is expired. And I was thinking to myself, now maybe this was about 2 years ago now, but yeah, I thought, somebody could probably use these, even though you can't share medication. But this expired on 12/31/2024. But some people I know are taking those tirzepatide injections past that 28 days shelf life. So they might take this. But I wouldn't be giving it out because I wouldn't want that on my conscience if something happened to somebody. But so what would you guys do? Would you take that pill? Let's see what the chat is saying. Debbie says, you ladies are the sweetest, most kind, giving ladies. Love it. Dude who comes up with these flipping names. I know the drugs are the most ridiculous names on earth. Well, this one is called, I'm going to try to pronounce it for you. This pill that Eli Lilly is coming out, I wrote it down. It's called orforglipron. Orforglipron. Yeah, it's like, where did they get that name from? It sounds like a dinosaur. A dinosaur that wasn't ruling in its day. I would not choose to take the pill. You would not. I already take too many that have so many restrictions, like thyroid meds are required to be on an empty stomach, and no to other meds or supplements for 4 hours. Okay. Well, I could see that. How Yeah, because I take a lot of supplements too. Well, actually, I take a gummy now, and it's so expensive to me, but I do love it. And it also has fruits and vegetables in there as well in this gummy. It's called Groons, and so that has helped me get over the taking 6 or 7 pills. Now I just chew 6 gummies. It's so much better. So if you're interested in that, I have a description, a link down in my little description there. If you're interested in trying those out, it has helped me with taking those supplements. Mia says, I want to keep on Zepping. I feel the pill form wouldn't be as good and as we have now because the body can absorb it better in a shot form. Yes, and that was the disadvantage too. But I'm going to tell you, I felt it right away. I felt it right away when I took it, and I don't mean instant, but I mean within some minutes. Like I could tell I had taken something on my stomach and I felt bloated. I don't know if people have really said this that I've noticed, but I don't really watch a lot of Wegovy or Ozempic content because I don't take it, but or I shouldn't say recently I haven't. I used to. And I don't really, people talk about being nauseous and sick, but I felt bloated, like stuffed, like I couldn't even eat. Like I don't feel like that on Mounjaro. And so I did feel like that on Ribelsis. Like that stuffed feeling. It just was not comfortable. It was not comfortable. You know that Eddie Murphy movie, what is it called, where he dresses up as the big character? I felt like he felt or he, I felt that like I was just like somebody had bloated me up. Not a good feeling, not a good feeling. Taisha says she's a Zepbound user for life. Okay, okay. And Kim said, I've taken phentermine for weight loss before. I'm not sure I take a GLP-1 pill. It depends on once I'm more educated about them. I'm trying to get off these meds. Kim says, my prayer is that MJ keeps MJing and I don't need yet another medication. Well, I know we all say that now because the ones that are saying this has not made it to the 15 milligrams and not losing. But so many people who are on that 15 and not losing and have hit a stall say that they want to, they can't wait for the retatrutide to come out because, if you can't lose weight and you're stuck in the stall at, the 15 milligrams, you have no place to go. And that could be any one of us, that's up there in those doses. And so I'm not saying I wouldn't take it, but as long as Mounjaro is working, I do want to stick with that. Is retatrutide supposed to be an obesity med or diabetes med? I wondered if it's obesity only. I can't imagine insurance coverage. Turtle Diary says, Dave on the pen talks about this a lot. He says, Retta is a new GLP-1 with a triple. Yeah, it has triple an agonist. MJ and Zep are dual, and Ozempic is just the one, right? And that's why Ozempic is, because it was the first and out so long, everything is classified under Ozempic, but that's probably why it doesn't have as much weight loss as Zepbound. So when people start seeing those numbers for retatrutide come out, people are going to be switching. I guarantee you. I guarantee you. If you're in maintenance, probably not, Taisha, but I'm telling you, some of these other ones will be switching if they can afford to. Because, I mean, can you imagine how much that'll be? Delilah says phentermine is just legal cold. I don't know if I'm supposed to say that. I've taken it and you said it's just time release, which is the same thing. I say I eventually just took it for fun. No lie. What? Oh my goodness. Well, you're only supposed to take that for a short amount of time anyway, I think, Delilah. So you said you need to stop taking that. Linda's journey says, I would take the pill. I have taken diet pills before. As long as the pill is going to work with food noise and food compression, sign me up. I love Zepbound. Yes, 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 yes. And so if it's cheaper, and I'm just thinking, that's something I would do if it was cheaper and it still had the same effect. I would for sure take a pill over the injection if I felt like it worked the same. Yes, Sweet Tea, Ozempic Wegovy are a single agonist. Sweet Tea says there are new GLP-1s. I'm open to taking it for maintenance maybe. Also depends on my A1C management. I'm open to it. Yeah, and I guess that's important for me too with this Mounjaro is how it's managing my A1C. There's even a quad agonist being worked on now. Oh yeah, we're going to have a ton of stuff coming out here. But the study is showing retatrutide isn't doing any bigger than Zep right now from the last report some content creator did about a month ago. Well, I saw this lady who was on Dave on the pen, and I linked his video because he talked in my description, because his video talks about how the FDA is suing about retatrutide. And so he talks about that in his video, and so I thought, wow, he had this lady on there some months ago. This was like in the summertime, and she's involved in the study. She's on his show often, and I find that so odd that they could talk about this study that they're involved in, like they're in the, what do you call that? This testing it out. And so she comes on his show and she talks about it. And basically this must be new, like you said, a month ago, because supposedly they are losing tons of weight on this retatrutide, however you say it. I'm going to call it the big R. How about that? Yes, I think I need to take it, but I'm praying I don't have to change meds. MJ continues to be my jam. But what if I'm saying it's the same thing, the same effect? Now it's going to be a little bit delayed of effect, right? Because it's the pill, it's like taking a Tylenol, that's the pill version versus like that the kind that they have the quick release. But all things being equal, would you take it? I just wondered that. Hey, Beverly, thanks for joining. I'm late to the party. What did I miss? Oh, we've been talking about big bags. We've been talking about, what did we talk about first? Oh, natural weight loss versus GLP-1 weight loss. Delilah says there are two different names with the same thing. One is time release and one is not. I don't take them anymore. I was in my 20s and stupid. Oh, don't call yourself stupid. No, Beverly's saying good night like hello. She's not saying good night like goodbye. I figured that out because every time she comes in, she says that. Everyone's saying that. These are hot topics for sure. Thanks, Dee. Amy says, oh, they were touched on the Oprah panel that Sweet Tea shared early. Very good discussion. Thanks for sharing it. Yes, I gotta go back and watch that Oprah topic. I didn't watch it yet. I didn't know these topics were on there. I don't know, were they? I didn't watch the Oprah's topic yet. They want to be classified as a biopharmaceutical, which can never be compounded. Well, yeah, and then it also gives them exclusivity for because now I guess it's minerals. It's classified as a small mineral. And that's how people after 5 years will be able to, make generics of tirzepatide, which would make it so much cheaper for all of us. But now they want to put a kibosh to that, and they want to they want it to be classified. What did he say? They want it to be as a biologic, which has chemicals. It's a chemical process it goes through. So if it gets classified as a biologic, and I guess they're suing the FDA because the FDA is refusing to acknowledge it as a biological or a biologic, which is a chemical process. So if that, lawsuit favors Eli Lilly, they will have exclusivity for 12 years before anybody can make the generic form of it. So they're going to really have it on the lock. So as of now, if it stays the same in 2027, which is only 2 years from now, somebody can make it into a generic form that could be sold, and it won't you don't have to worry about the compounding and all of that, that we're worried about now with them not being able to do it. But yeah, so this lawsuit is huge. If they win, they'll have a lock on this for an additional 7 years, which is not good for us, right? Because, I would take a generic form of the medication if I, couldn't afford it. So it's just, it's also money hungry, right? Also money hungry. Eli Lilly says pills would be more convenient for patients than injectables. They would also be easier to manufacture. So you probably wouldn't have this shortage situation that they say is not a shortage, but you wouldn't even have that discussion. Eli Lilly has said that orforglipron helps patients lose up to 14.7% of their weight in mid-stage trial compared to 2.3% among the people who took the placebo. So, I mean, look at that. Eli Lilly shares dipped slightly on Monday. Yeah, so you guys know I'm keeping track of my little Eli Lilly stock. The shares took a tumble because on Tuesday, it said that the demand for its weight loss and diabetes drugs would not meet its expectations. So basically, I think this is why they're coming after these compound pharmacies, because they're not getting, the revenue that they thought they were going to get. They kind of overestimated, and to put it into layman's terms, they overestimated what they thought their sales and everything would be. So they didn't meet those. So now they're saying they're not going to meet those expectations. And I know it has something to do with these compound pharmacies. And, that's why they're going after people left and right. Let's see, what are people saying in the comments? Let's see. Okay, where did I leave off on? Mia says, I know my body is getting a full effect and not losing some of my digestive system. Okay, very good. People are saying hello to Beverly. No, I'm not stupid anymore, but I'm okay admitting I did stupid things back then. Okay, we'll take that. We'll take that. Remember, we want to say positive about ourselves. Yes, I saw the Oprah YouTube video. It was good. Everybody's saying it's good. I'm gonna have to check it out this weekend. Yes, I'm nerdy. Love the info. The Oprah special I posted on my community tab. If anybody wants to find the link. Okay, let's go to her community tab because I'm gonna watch it. I love all things Oprah. Biopharmaceuticals is also known as biologic. Somebody had said to me, and I know Oprah is a lot of people, some people don't like Oprah. I still love Oprah. I love everything about Oprah. And people were saying to me, like, oh my gosh, you're doing so much on YouTube. How do you do all this stuff on YouTube? And you are a single mom and you are, have a full-time job. And, how are you doing all this? And I don't know. I call it, I'm in my Oprah era. You know what I'm saying? I'm just doing anything and everything I want to do. And when I started on YouTube, I'm going to have a video coming out on probably tomorrow or maybe Friday talking about my start on YouTube and, how I set goals for myself. Because I know a lot of people, really want to be a content creator, but they're kind of afraid. And I always tell people, that was me. That was me. I was definitely afraid to be a content creator. And so, I just did not want to be on camera. I'll take this down. And so in my video, I just kind of talk about my journey and like how I started off with like no subscribers and being like a podcast, even though I wasn't technically a podcast, to now where it is. And I see that comment, Oprah bug somebody, leave my Oprah alone. But I just love her drive. I do. I love her drive. And I also love the fact that she was a plus size woman for so long. And I know how weight, just the mental part of weight drags you down, and so the physical part drags you down. And even though she's gone through those ups and downs over the years, she's managed to focus. And so I know there are a lot of people who, then love her, like her, don't love her, don't like her. I don't know. I just, like I said, I love somebody who has drive. So when I got on YouTube, I said, I'm going to do all things YouTube. Everything they have, I'm going to take advantage of. So, I came on here, I started doing lives. I was going live all the time. I didn't really see a lot of people doing that. I said, I'm going to do it. I saw they had this button on there called premiere your video. I'm like, what is that about? I don't just ask, I do it. I premiered a video. I know what I was doing, but I did it. Another thing I just recently started is a membership. You can start a membership when you get 500 subscribers and 3,000 watch hours. So I started a membership. So you guys, if you want to be members of my Downsizing Diva community, I want you to join the membership. I have, you can have price levels on it. So, I have like some basics where you could just do the stickers and all that. And then I have some where we're going to have members only lives. And so, people had questions that they want to ask me about my retirement and all of that. And I talked about starting another channel, which I'm developing now, to talk about that because on here, I would be crying every time I talk about it. Every time I talk about retirement, I cry. Well, maybe I'll just cry with the members, right, on the live. So I started that. It's like live on my channel right now. And it reminds me of Oprah. Anything YouTube offers, I'm going to do it. And if I can help one person, when people say that, if you go to church, I grew up in church, and oftentimes the pastor would say, if I could just reach out to one person, if I could just help one person. And when people used to say that, when I was a kid. Now, as I've gotten older and become a teacher, you do touch so many people. And I realize, and so some people you give that, that love and that guidance to that don't want it. But the people that want it appreciate it and love you for it. And so I thought, if I could just help one person on YouTube, and I felt like I've done that. I feel like I've done that. I feel like I've helped one person on YouTube. So, this membership thing, I could have 1,000 members. I could have 20 members. It could be two of us. If I can help that one person, I am okay with that. So I'm one of those people. I'm going to try everything that is available to use to see how it's going to work. And so if you want to be a member of the Downsizing Diva Club, come on and join. And so, I'm thinking to myself, when am I going to fit in these lives to talk to people, just the members? But I'm going to do it. I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to make it work. And so, yeah, that's what I'm planning on doing now. How am I doing this? And I'm starting a new channel. I don't know. I was planning on starting this channel in April. There's a reason why I need to start it now. And, I just do. And so, and I would say now, like in the next couple of weeks. And so I'll let you guys know, probably the members first. So we'll talk about that. All things dating. I thought I could talk, instead of talking about that, I don't know if I'll be free of every Friday to be talking about that, because I'm going to be dating, right? So that'll be something I can share with my membership, about my dating. But this Friday, it's going down. We're going to talk. This is going to be our last little one, unless you guys want to keep it going. I'll leave it up to you guys to say if you want to keep it going. But I do have an update. Now, yesterday, Mindy told me, I think you're just teasing us so we can come. Well, Mindy's going to come anyway. She's so supportive. But I do have a little bit of an update, something that happened that I want to get your advice on. So on Friday, you got to come and I will let you know. But some of those things, just a little bit more personal things I'm going to be sharing with some of the members. If they join the channel now, maybe I won't have any members, and I'm okay with that too. But I'm just doing everything. And really, I just kind of want to help you guys at this point. I looked at some of the other memberships that were out there to try to see what I was going to do, because I have no clue, what you should do or why you should do it. But I did what made sense to me. So So, hopefully you'll join and you can put little stickers in the chat. Since I go live a lot, I just thought that made sense for people to be able to participate a little bit more with the membership. My channel is really growing. I really appreciate, everybody that comes and supports. I had no idea. So when you guys see this YouTube video, it's not really about weight loss. It's really about what I did to kind of grow my channel. Because I always say, I've been on YouTube June 26th, I think I, came on YouTube, released my first video on YouTube, and but it was audio, right? And I didn't show my face till August. So really, YouTube thinks this is my 6-month anniversary. I consider it my 4th-month anniversary, because I didn't start showing my face until August the 20-something. And when I started showing my face, my channel kind of, just took off a little bit. I feel like I have stuff in my hair. I'm sorry. So my channel just kind of took off from there. And I know Kim is on here who wants to be a content creator. Yesterday I was on a live, and a lady in there talked about being a content creator. And I know Sweet Tea is in here, 2.0 Mommy, Delilah, Jill. I mean, you guys, I just appreciate you showing up when you show up. It is so hard to do this. It's not easy. But I enjoy it. So at the moment I come here and think, I don't want to do this, I'm going to have to reconsider because right now I'm thinking, oh, okay, I'm excited. Now I am so tired. I have just put out a short, and it shows you what my night was like, and in a funny way. But really, how am I operating tonight? I don't know. I will be operating tonight. I will be up at work bright and early tomorrow, and then I'll just kind of recover over the weekend, because I've just been on go, 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 go. And so, but I love to do it. So like I said, am I comparing myself to Oprah? Of course not. I mean, no way, no how. But, just like interviewing people and all of that, that's just something I wanted to do, just to learn about the GLP-1. So now it's turned into a thing. And when people say, oh, you have great interviewing skills, I don't think I'm like a great interviewer or trying to be a great interviewer. I'm just a girl who wants to talk to people. And so, of course, I've looked at some of my older videos. Like Simply Taisha said, you got to look at your beginning videos and look now. With anything else, you get better over time. And so I'm all about excellence in everything I do. my weight loss, it is, my weight is the one thing. And I'm going to say this. I've never said this out loud, I don't think, to anybody, but my weight loss is the one thing where nobody expects me to be excellent and perfect at. So I think this being overweight has served me, which everybody in here who's overweight, your weight loss has served you in some way. Whatever that way is, that you should know it and be able to figure it out. For me, it's the one place where I could just be um, lax a days ago, right? And people don't expect me to be anything better. And so I'm sure I'm going to shock a lot of folks when I lose this 50 more pounds or however many I want to lose, because everybody knows me as having this peck and this weight on. So I'm going to shock folks when I really slim it down. And so, and I'm going to be proud that I'm doing it with the GLP-1. I have no shame about it, no shame in my game. And, I'm just here to spread love and joy here on YouTube. But I always say I'm nice until I'm not. And so I'm one of those people that, because I'm so nice, people think they can take advantage of me. And I have learned to put my foot down. And sometimes my big heart doesn't let me do it immediately, but eventually I do. And so I'm just on here on YouTube spreading joy. So hopefully when you see that video, you don't click and say, this is not about weight loss. This is about her YouTube channel. Well, this is a part of my story. And I think you have to give all of us grace to have a story to tell, right? And so, I love all things like learning and growing. That's me. That's me. I told you my next job, I want to be a stock trader. So if we still are in this journey together, I'm going to be sharing that, eventually I'll be sharing that with you guys. I'm just not there yet. Like I say, I'm on a retirement budget. So I'm just being retired right now. So, I'm all things thinking about retired. So, I want to go on that downsize cruise, besides having a sitter, because my dad is living his best life. I never know what he's going to do. I don't trust, I shouldn't say trust. I just don't leave my daughter with, a lot of people or anybody. She's never spent the night overnight with anybody other than somebody in my house that I just trusted. But so, that's going to be a challenge for me to go on there. But I also have to think retirement budget. And I was explaining this to somebody yesterday, over the summer, my daughter had this reading class and, she's, pretty smart. But one of the things she did, it was on every Saturday up until like a month and a half before school. So that limited me from traveling. So now I have all these places to go. So if you're in Texas, I'm coming to Texas. One of my BFFs lives in Texas. I never got to see her. She's one of my daughter's godmothers. If you're in Michigan, I'll be in Michigan visiting family. Like I want to do that. So I have a lot of places I want to go. So I don't know if I'll make that cruise this year. I'll definitely make it next year because I have a feeling it's going to be an ongoing thing. But there, I know a lot of us wanted to meet up in the GLP-1 community. So I'm wanting to do that too. That's another thing I would really love to do. So yeah, so I'm just, I'm doing my thing. I'm doing my thing on YouTube and I'm appreciating the support. And, Mia brought me to tears tonight. It's not hard to bring me to tears, but because like I say, my heart really just go out to people. But yeah, that really got me, Mia. That really got me. That really got me. So I just, hope you feel loved and supported here. And you feel like it's a safe space, obviously, that you even told us that. And I just appreciate you. You've been so supportive from day one. So I'm trying to think, did I want to say anything else? I don't know what you guys are saying in the chat. What are you saying? Man, what is the chat saying? Okay, what are you guys saying in the chat? It says, yay, Mel, you're a sparkly starter. Woohoo! Yay! Thank you. How can you guys see that? I can't even see that. FOMO made me do it. LOL. Sweet tea says, that's how I would be too. Kim J, sweet tea, another sparkling starter. I have to go back to work before I can spend my pennies. I know that's right. Me too. Remember, I'm on a budget too myself. Sweet tea, I feel ya. DD, same. This is the one thing I couldn't conquer. Anything else I set my mind to is done but weight loss. Oh, Janae Nicole. Oh, my girl. How are you? And you know what? This lady is down 100 pounds. You have to come on here, Janae, and tell us about that 100 pounds. I don't know if you want to come on. I'm going to put the Link in the chat, Janaea, if you want to come on. You're my first technical interview. I just love that. And I interviewed you, you were down 90, and I don't know what you were just stopping the Zepbound, and then you obviously went back. So you got to tell us about this, honey, because I was so proud of you. Debbie says, have you watched Oprah's new interview with Dr. Anaya? Is that her name? So amazing information. But no, I did not. I did not. Oh, Janae and Nicole, I don't know if she wants to come on there. You know, if somebody throws me, like I know Miss Twan does that a lot. Come on there. You know, I'm not always camera ready, and not that I need to be camera ready, but you know, I'm just chilling. I don't want to be just getting on a link. So let's see if she could just get on the link. Maybe she's saying no. I don't know. Debbie, I haven't seen it. Congrats, Dee Dee. Keep shining, sis. Oh, thank you. She released it at 2 a.m. the other night. Okay, yeah, I was up doing a dance, so I should have seen it. Wait, what's going on? Hey, everyone. Dee Dee, what part of Texas? Maybe do a meet and greet while you're here. Dallas. I'll be in Dallas, Texas. So, yeah, is that close to you, Pam? Delilah says, hey, Pam, me is a new member. Yes, yes, yes. We're here. Okay. Hey, Mia. Oh, yay, Mia. Okay, let's see. So glad I could join you all tonight. It's past my sleep time. I need to rest and serve and protect. I love it. Serve and protect. You all have a good night. Looking forward to Friday. Yes, come on Friday because I might need some advice. Yes, from you. Janaea says, oh, I'm watching in the shower. I'll be live on Friday and we're talking about dating. So maybe you could come into that, Janaea. It starts at what time? 8:30. So maybe you could come there. But yeah, I was like, I have to get your number. I wanted to reach out to you and say congratulations on that 100 pounds down. Anybody else though want to come in the link? The link is in there now. If anybody else want to get on here, you're more than welcome. I have to go. Oh, I gotta have those lives. Oh, yeah. Here's that StreamYard link if you want to come in. Good night, Amy. Yes, Mia, the conversations will be epic. Yeah, on those lives, you know, I kind of have to watch myself here. Not that I'm like cursing or anything like that. I'm not, but you know, it just can be more of like a more intimate kind of a conversation. That's all. When will you be live again? Okay, yeah, Friday at 8:30. So you got to try to come, and you're single but not single, right? Technically, you're not. You live, you know, you have a guy, but you got to give me some advice. Give me some advice. She says, you know what, we'll be chat with you later, Amy. Perfectly. Pam says, oh man, I'm in Houston area, not near Dallas. Yes. You know, my friend used to live in Houston, and this is the funny thing. When she lived in Houston, she was always evacuating. Now that she's in Dallas, not so much. Yeah, so I just thought that was interesting. So let me see. I think that was all I wanted to talk about. Let's see, adding this to the stage. That's it. Yeah, so poor Eli Lilly. I shouldn't say poor, but yeah, they're going to be coming back with the vengeance because no wonder they're on fire with all this because they had to cut some of their guidance back. You know, that's huge for a company that there's projected for them to make millions, trillions. So we'll see who gets to it first, them or Eli Lilly, Elon Musk or Eli Lilly, because their medications are going to be hitting the market in the next couple years here. I'm back. You know, I don't know what happened. It was just like a snafu there. I saw that Amy part. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So yeah, so that is it today. This is what's today? Wednesday. So do you guys have big plans before we leave? I always like for people to give an update. Do you guys have any more weight loss, any non-scale victories to share? My girl Janaea lost that 100 pounds. I'm just so in awe of that. I'm like, geez, Louise, that's so awesome. I just was so excited when I saw that. Anybody else? I want to take these glasses off or do something with these glasses. I don't know about these glasses. Anybody else? Is that gonna work? I don't know if it's gonna work. Maybe not. Anybody else have anything they want to share? I'm trying to think. Have I had a non-scale victory since I met with you guys? Wait a minute. Janaea,
Hello. Hold on, it's a
how
little
are
dark.
you? Look at
Good.
you. Look like you in the dark.
Yeah, I'm like, I needed to get on here and talk to you before you like stopped it because I wanted to, you know. Hold on, let me get my headphones.
Okay. How have you
How
been?
are you?
I'm good. This lady, we had that, our initial interview was like 3.5 hours long. You remember that? It was so long ago. I mean, it was so long because had people on the stage and all of that. Well, I just trimmed it down because my friends have been saying, you need to trim that down. Nobody's going to want to watch that 3.5 hours. So I trimmed it down
Hold
of
on,
just
it's breaking
you.
up a little bit. I didn't hear
Oh,
what you
okay.
said.
Wait a
Can you
minute.
hear
Let me
me?
make us bigger. Yeah, I can. So I ended up trimming that video down of just you talking about your weight loss. And this one lady was like, oh my God, I'm so inspired by her. She was like, I subscribed to her channel. And I said, well, you go there now. She's lost 100 pounds. And she wrote back and said, what did she say? She's like, oh yeah, I just saw that. She's like, I can't believe it. So how are you doing? You look
Yes,
so
I was
cute. Look
so.
at you.
I'm good. I'm looking a little ashy. I got out the shower and I'm like, I gotta get on here. So
so,
yeah.
so how
I
have you
haven't
been?
talked
I
to you
know, didn't
since
you
we
stop
went
Zepbound
live.
for a little while? Did you stop Zepbound?
Maybe for like I stopped it probably for like 2 weeks because I had went to LA.
Oh, that's it.
And
Okay. I don't know
I
why
pay
I
out of
thought you stopped
pocket.
it for.
Yeah, I pay out of pocket for Zepbound. So I was like, yeah, I can use this money on my trip.
And so you're 15. You're obviously probably right. 15. I need to go watch your video. I still haven't had a time to do it yet, but that's on my rotation this weekend. So I can see because you made like the 100-pound weight loss video, right? I don't know if you even call
Yes,
it that.
a lot of people were watching that video. I should have told them to watch the first video that I ever put out about my weight loss and then watch that one because that one was kind of like a shorter like version of just piggybacking off the first video because that first video I put out it was like 65 pounds.
Right.
And now it's like 100. So yeah, I started at 300 and now I'm 199.
Wow. You're in the Wonderland. Jeez Louise. Good for you. Don't you
Yes.
feel so accomplished?
Yes, I do. I'm so happy. But it's not over. I'm still working at it and going to the gym. I got to get up for the gym at 4. I've been going to the gym, waking up at 4 in the morning to be there at 4:30. So I actually just came from yoga. So I got in the shower and I'm like, yeah, let me take me a shower and get ready for bed. But I'm like, yeah, I want to come on here and talk to you.
Yes, yes. You got to come back on Friday and help us. We're talking about dating. It's so many people on the weight loss journey that don't want to date again. But I get it. Like some women are divorced and figure they're not going to get married again. But my mom said that she got divorced. She's like, I'm never going to get married. She got married again. So, it just kind of depends. But yeah, I want to start dating now. And I'm kind of nervous about it. I'm kind of nervous. Where'd you meet your guy at?
I don't know if it's my headphones or if it's the phone because it's kind of like breaking up a little bit.
So, yeah, I can see. I hear you. Am I breaking up too? I'm breaking up.
I can hear you now. I think it was my headphones, but I can hear you now.
Okay.
But
Where
you were
did you
saying
meet
something about the Friday show is about dating.
Yeah, it's about dating. I was like, I need some advice. But I was
Okay.
asking you, where did you meet your guy at?
We knew each other when we were like younger.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's not
Okay.
like
All
I'm
right.
I was in a dating pool, like you know what I'm saying? Like no dating sites or anything like that.
Oh, what's the dating sites? Do you know of any? Like we talked about some on last Friday, but none of those I've ever heard of. I just know of the Match.com. I remember Plenty of Fish used to be a thing. I don't know if that's played out or not. But I feel like if you go on a paid one, you got a better chance of getting a decent selection.
Match.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
no.
no, I just know christianmingle.com.
Yeah, Christian Mingle. I was on Christian Mingle. I didn't have really good luck on that one. That was years
That's
and
just,
years and years ago.
that's right. That's why I said that, because that was the one that was like out popular. The commercials was about it and all of that stuff. So
Oh my! So
yeah,
do you and
but
your
I'll
guy?
definitely come on Friday.
Yeah, because see, you have to give us your
I'll
perspective. I
definitely.
don't know. It's hard out here dating. I see.
Yeah, I have a Bible study group at 9, so I'll come at 8:30 and then just stay till 9 and then get on
Okay,
my
y'all
little
meeting
Bible
that
study.
late on a Friday?
Mm-hmm.
Um.
It's like a virtual thing, because we all live in different cities.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
Yeah, so that's when we all can kind of like get together on a little group chat. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, that's cool. I love
Yep.
that. I love that you guys are doing the Bible study thing. Love it. So
Yes.
did you start reading those books? You were talking about wanting to read some books, and did you start reading the books you were talking about reading? Can't remember the books, but I just know. But I guess if you're reading the Bible, that is a book.
Yeah, I'm actually doing a 75 soft challenge again. I
I saw
successfully
that.
completed it last year. Yeah, so I'm doing it again. I started on the 8th. So today is day 8. Basically, I set rules for myself. So I have to work out 5 times a week. Um, read, listen to a motivational podcast or journal every day, and
Uh-huh.
then drink 2 liters of water.
Okay.
Um, eat well and only drink on social occasions, and do something self-care related 1 hour out of the week.
Oh, okay. 1 hour. So what are you doing for that? Can the shower count? Like if you pamper yourself in the shower?
Huh?
Can the
Say that
shower
again.
count? Can the shower count like for
No,
the
you shower
self-care?
every day. You have to take a shower.
Well, what
I
if
mean,
I
I
give
guess if
myself
that's what you.
some extra soapy suds on in the shower? No.
I guess if you do like some extra exfoliating with like a nice exfoliant or something like that. But yeah, I mean, I guess whatever you consider self-care. Like for me, I would like, so when I lost 100 pounds, I was like, okay, I could do something self-care related. So I'm going on a solo trip to New York next week. So I brought myself some clothes, like brought some winter essentials, because I live in Florida, so it doesn't get too cold here. So I brought some winter essentials. I went to Ulta, brought myself some stuff to take, like a nice sit down bath. So this week I actually take my sit down bath where I put my bath salts and all of that stuff in the bath and like have a relaxing bath. So that's something that I consider like self-care. Or go get a massage, or sit down and binge watch your favorite movie or a TV show. Because, sometimes we don't really have time to sit down and just watch TV.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
something like that is whatever you consider self-care.
Well, now, do you have time to watch TV, or are you always on YouTube? That's the thing. This week, I haven't really been watching a lot of other YouTube videos just because I haven't had time. But I feel like I'm so behind. But then I can't get to my shows like Sunset on Netflix. I can't get to. Somebody told me to watch Squid Games. I haven't been able
Oh,
to get
yeah.
to that.
Squid Games. It's just a little too much for me. Like all of the shooting and all of that stuff. It
Okay.
get me too
Okay.
jumpy.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
I'm not really, mostly on my off days, because like I said, I try to get to bed at least by 9 at the latest, because I have to get up at 4 in the morning to go to the gym. So by the time I get home, I kind of eat. I'll watch a little bit of TV, but usually I'm on my phone, maybe like on TikTok or Instagram
Now,
or
what are you
YouTube.
gonna do that you think they're gonna ban TikTok? Because they have to what 9 more days? I heard.
Yeah, but for me, I feel like my main platform was always like YouTube. Like, you get what I'm trying to say? Like, I never really
Hmm.
could TikTok like that. I really just started to see views on TikTok. So it really won't affect me that much. I think I watch TikTok more for the entertainment, not for like, my own personal content or making money on TikTok.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so I
Okay.
miss it for the entertainment because I feel like TikTok is very like funny and you could find like funny stuff on there. It's like a nice app to be on. But as far as like people kind of going crazy because they're gonna lose out on money,
Uh-huh.
I'm not monetized on TikTok anyway. So
Okay. I see. I just why I never got on it because I was like, isn't it gonna be banned? Like I just thought it'd be wasting my time. So what's happening to all those people's content, I wonder? If it is banned, like do they just lose it? Do they download it? Like some people, I mean, what you gonna download it on? Some people have a
most
lot of
people,
stuff.
I'm sure most people who are like content creators or serious about their content, they're not just posting their content like on TikTok. They'll probably do like YouTube shorts and Instagram reels and Facebook reels and stuff
Okay.
like that. So I don't feel like they'll like just lose out on their content if they're posting to multiple platforms.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. I was like, wow, I wonder what they're gonna do. So, but yeah, I heard people are going to this new Asian based called Red Spot or something like that. Have you heard of that?
Red Note. Yeah, but I
Red
heard that
No.
it's all in Chinese. Like it's all like nobody can really understand it. So
And
I
people
don't
have
know
been
how
still
that.
going on there, like, because they're supposed to be so mad at the U.S. about this ban, and so they were like, because the ban is because it's a Chinese-based app, TikTok, in the first place. So they're like, oh, we're really going to this. So now that I saw that Red Note is trying to like convert their stuff to English to make it easier for people to come over. I have a feeling
Yeah.
Elon Musk is going to swoop in and buy TikTok. I've heard a rumor about that, and
Well, TikTok, they kind of debunked that rumor. I guess that's what you say. That's how you said. They just basically was saying we're not entertaining like foolishness. That's basically what they said. Like no, we are not selling it to him. If they did, I
well,
probably wouldn't even get on the app anyway.
yeah, see, I wonder. I just have a feeling it's going to be a last ditch effort to save it because somebody just think about. I mean, if you're putting it up for content for your fun, it's one thing. But some people make a living off that. Like they quit their jobs and that's all they do is TikTok. I mean, what are they going to do? So I feel bad for those people. Hopefully they could work something out. But we'll see. Are people is writing things in the comments? I can't see. I got us on the big screen. Are people making comments?
Say that again.
Are people
Oh
making
yeah, I
comments?
was reading the comments and then the phone kind of started breaking up a little bit.
Oh, I have some new
Oh, somebody
members. I
said,
love it. Congrats. Oh, on your 100-pound weight loss reduction. That is just awesome. I just can't
"Oh,
believe it.
thank
100
you."
pounds. Kim says, congratulations. Another shiny star. Thank you. Perfectly Pam. Great job. Great job. She puts in that work. Diva. That's so funny. Okay. You sound good, Dee Dee. Aw. Thank you. Does anybody else do yoga? Which one do you recommend for beginners? I know it's good for stretching. Oh, I'm intrigued. Do you do yoga at all?
Yeah, I actually just came from a yoga class today. That's why I think they mentioned yoga. But yeah,
Oh,
I
okay,
went to a
okay.
yoga class today. I don't know exactly what the yoga is called, but they basically offer it with the city. So they have yoga instructors come out and then we do it like on a lawn, it's outside. So they have it on Saturdays and Wednesdays.
Hmm.
So this is my
Wow.
second time going and I actually like it. I feel like I like it more than Pilates because I froze my Pilates membership because I get 4 classes a month, but
Okay.
November and December and January I was really busy, so I was having to like double up my classes the months before. So I went ahead and paused my membership, but I think I like yoga a little better. It's just more relaxing, like it's more of a stretch, especially because I work out throughout the week. So getting
Okay.
that extra stretching and not, it's kind of low impact. It's not too much. I think that's kind of better for my body.
Yeah, people who do yoga just love it. Mel says, that's awesome, Janaea. I'm doing the Bible in 52 weeks. I'm also doing 75 soft. F. Kim J. She's another Florida lady. Yes, they're from Florida. So the
Yes.
Bible in 52 weeks, that is awesome. So are you guys doing the same 75 soft challenge? Is it one, or do people make up their own variations of it?
So there is one kind of like, it's a guideline. But for me, I created, like, the first time I followed the 75 soft guideline, but this time I kind of followed it but added my own.
Okay. So
I
you
kind of like
added
did
your
my own
own.
thing.
Okay.
Because I
What
think
you
the
say?
75 soft original rules is like, drink 3 liters of water. For me, like, I know that was gonna be a stretch, so I'm trying to set myself up for success. I can't do 3 liters. I got to do 2, and then we can, like, move up.
It
And
does.
then, yeah, read 10 pages of a book. See me, I added that you can listen to like a podcast, or you can journal. Like, I kind of,
Okay.
added different things that would interest me.
I need to do one of those one of these days. Maybe in the summer when
Yeah.
I'm off. But so, do they? Can you just start up one, like, or is it like it started at, so like, you know how like the Vlogmas all started at the same time? Is that like this? Did it
Yeah, no, you
start
start whenever you want,
whenever
but
you
you
want?
have to
Oh,
do
okay.
it for 75. Yeah, you
Straight
have to do
days.
it for 75 days straight. Yeah, and if you miss something, you have to start over.
What? Oh
So
my
you at day
gosh.
50, you're at day 50 and you forget to drink your 2 liters of water, but you did everything else, you got to start over.
Dang, they're operating like the menopause cycle. You can
Yeah.
have no cycle for 364 4 days. And then if you have it that one day before 365 is starting over. That is crazy. Oh man, you have to wait till the summer. So, Sweet Tea, are you using a YouTube video or going to in-person yoga? Beverly is a new member. Thank you, Beverly. Shout out to you. I love it. So Sweet Tea, she wants to know, are you going in person to yoga? Yeah. You guys are in Florida, so see, you can enjoy that weather and be outside like that. What is kid? Yay, Beverly, another shining star, Florida. Good night, guys, and congratulations on your 100-pound loss. Yes, thank you,
Oh,
Carrie Ann,
thank
for
you.
stopping in. Good night,
I'm
Carrie
about to
Ann.
hit. I'm about to go to sleep too, so I'm not dragging in the morning.
Me too. Is it 10 o'clock
My alarm
already? I
set
can't
for
believe it.
4.
It's 10 o'clock. All right,
Mm-hmm.
so stop in. I'm gonna have to
Yep,
say
same, Janita. I'm doing my.
I'm gonna email you. Send me your number. I'm gonna text you a reminder because I don't always get notifications
Okay,
from
I
YouTube.
can I send. Am I able to send you a private chat?
You could try. You should be able to, but I've never done it, so I don't know.
Okay, let me. I'm gonna exit. I'm gonna exit out of it, and I think it'll let me send you a private chat.
Okay.
But if
All
not, I
right.
have your email, so I'll just send you my phone number.
Okay. All right. Have a good night. I'll see you on
Okay, good
Friday.
night. Bye.
Bye-bye. Thanks for stopping
Okay.
in. Okay, let me finish reading these really quick and then we're going to head out of here. I've been doing Bible study with 2 friends on Mondays and Thursdays every week. I love that. We've been doing it for the past 2.5 years. Oh man, that is excellent, excellent, excellent. I love that. I feel like I need to be doing that. That's what I was discussing with you, Dee Dee, the 75 soft challenge. I know, but we've had to reschedule. I don't know. I'll be starting over every other week. In Florida, and I'm not loving the weather. It's colder for me because of them. Yes, Kim, that Mounjaro. I'm telling you, you guys, I'm in class with I had a hat on. Today I had a hat. I had this turtleneck. Then I had a turtleneck sweater over this, and I had on a hat. I had on some Ugg boots. I had on 2 pairs of socks and my pants. I was cold. I was still cold. I said, this is no joke. And in Ohio, it's the high. The high was 23 today. Maybe it was 22. So it's already cold. And then I'm cold on top of that. I'm like, where's the hot flash that's kicking in when I need it? Kim said, in Florida, and I'm not loving the weather. It's cold, colder for me because of Mounjaro. I read that. I'm sorry. Yes, but I'm in North Florida. Dee Dee, thanks for another great live. Good night. Thank you, Just Me 22. I love that. Yes to the Bible study. That's awesome at Beverly. All right, so yeah, I'm gonna get out of here. I need to begin. I'm gonna try to get this I'm going to try to get myself situated and get in the bed. Remember, my goal was 10:30. I have not been achieving that goal. And I said 11:30 on the weekend. So I might do 11:30 tonight, and then I'll make it up tomorrow. I'll be in the bed tomorrow. I have no lives, no nothing with YouTube. So my goal tomorrow is to be in the bed at 9. So I'm going to make up for this hour delay. So thank you guys for coming. This was so awesome. Kim says Kim wants to put this out on YouTube so I can commit to this. Maybe we can do a new thing. Oh, we talked about that. Yeah, I did say that. Remember, I said, let's do our own thing. You know, I'm all about doing your own thing. I said 14 days. Okay, so maybe let's start out with 7, Kim, and then we'll build our way up. How about that? Because if we don't do it, we got to start over. Beverly says, I'm on the Wegovy and I'm always cold as well. I have a heating pad. Somebody told me to invest in a heating pad. I'm glad you guys said that. I need to do that. All right. Good night, everybody. Thank you, Pamela. Thank you, Beverly. Thank you, Mel, Mia, all of your members. I love it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I will see you guys on Friday for some more date and talk. All right. Have a great night. Have a great weekend. We're going into the weekend pretty soon. Good night, everybody.